Hello, plant friends. Hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy out there in real life land. So, in this episode, we are starting off our series with Jax. Jax is a plant hobbyist and a local plant seller in Tucson, Arizona, which, if you guys are from the US, know is a very, very dry, humid place. Almost like a desert, if not a desert. Oh, definitely give her a follow on Instagram. That's where she connects, and that's also where she sells her plants locally. So reach out and support her. Her Instagram handle is Pax PAX_plants. So Jax, tell us how long have you been into plants?
Oh man, I was raised around them. So like my grandmother had a window like mine with just full of plants. And then we had them in our house forever. We had orchards and gardens outside all of the time. So I was raised around them. There was probably like a good in-between space where I didn't like have any plants when I was like moving around a lot or just like living in apartments, and it just wasn't something that I wanted or did. But I mean, I've been around them my whole life and I've always loved them. Always loved them. It's something I've bonded with my grandparents with and my parents with. So that's something that, I've always loved.
I like that you brought in that there were points or periods in your life that you didn't have plants around.
Yeah.
And I think that's really relatable.
When we're busy people most of the time, right? So we're always going. Plants take a certain amount of time and energy. Right. And especially when you start getting into things that need to be watered every couple of days, or they're more temperamental and you need to like be watching for things. That's not always gonna be something that you're even gonna be capable of doing. And that's kind of the space in between when I wasn't with plants at all. Right. Is because I was working on my own stuff, like me, right. And I didn't have time or energy to give to plants. Right. And like that's okay.
That's an awesome car though. It's one of those like really old Fords. So I really believe that like planting for So I really believe that planting for a lot of people, it comes in like phases, right? Mm-hmm. Where you have the time or the energy. A lot of plants they're not pet friendly, right? There are a lot of them like they're poisonous to pets.
Yeah.
And then also like if you're traveling a lot,
it's pretty much impossible if you're traveling all the time.
Yeah. So I think like for people who have time for plants, like enjoy it while you're there.
Yeah.
Because your life may change.
Right. And it may not always be an option.
Right. So it seems like now you're really
into that.
Embracing the plant life. Like you sell plants, right? Mm-hmm. And you sell them on
Instagram specifically.
Has selling on social media been easier or harder than you thought it would be?
I'm really good at establishing boundaries. And I think that would be the one thing that if you are going to sell on social media, you need to have.
Okay.
Because people will ask you to hold things for free, will, message you and they've never spoken to you before ever in your life. And they'll ask you a ton of questions about their plants. Like, you should know their collection, right. And so just have good boundaries. Right. I think just say like, hey, I don't do that. I don't let people shop here.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's one of my hardest policies to uphold, because people always want to be like, can I just stop by and get a plant? And I'm like, oh no, I don't.
Right.
I don't have open hours. So no, you can't. I'm sorry. My available plants are in my highlight.
Right. Do you ship plants?
I do not ship plants.
Oh, okay. So you do purely local sales.
Local only. So they buy it on Instagram. They pay through their preferred source. I have a business Venmo. Okay. So I did it all legit, so that way it wouldn't be like.
Sure.
Well, it's terrible. Like if you get your Venmo shut down, which is like a thing that happens to lots of people who sell on Venmo. Yeah, it's a thing. So they come and they pick up off the hold cart. Mm-hmm. The plants are all here. Those are all purchased plants. Mm-hmm. And it's super easy. And I have lots of like regulars.
Okay.
Lots of regulars.
Right.
It's a lot of work though.
What is the benefit of customers buying plants from you as opposed to like a nursery out
Ooh.
there or like a big box store?
Okay, so there's a couple. So, one, I really try to support women. That's a big, big thing for me. I buy from a lot of growers in Texas, Florida, California that are all women. The majority of them, women of color. That's really important to me. So I kind of use my platform and my venue as a means to uplift them, and then also I'm helping support other small businesses
Right.
with my small business. When you buy from a lot of big nurseries and big box stores, they buy from other big nurseries usually.
Right.
So you're really only supporting the big people at the top. I do also buy from a couple of sources in town where I have wholesale accounts for my more common plants, or big ones that I don't want to pay for the crazy shipping cost. But so, you get that, and then you also get like the one-on-one, like personal, really like people message me all the time, like with their questions about their plants. They know where they got it from, me, not just like some random person. They can't tell you who sold it to you. They can't tell you anything, really, right? When you buy a plant from me, it's just me.
Right.
And so it's very one-on-one. And, my husband and I have talked a lot about me expanding and getting like an actual store. And the one thing that I really, really struggle with is that I don't want to compromise the quality of what they're getting or the personal experience that they're getting, because the relationships that I've made with some of my customers are like beyond.
Right.
So it just isn't something that I don't want to trade this for that.
Yeah. I'm sure you have a lot of new plant parents as
lot.
customers.
Tons.
Right?
Yeah.
So is there like any advice that you generally like tell them?
Yes, like just chill.
Chill.
Just chill.
Right.
It's okay if a leaf dies. If it's the only leaf, maybe that's not good.
Right. Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's okay if a leaf dies. Like, I think the thing that I see the most with my customers, or just in general on like plant groups, is like, I found a gnat, and they're like freaking out over like a gnat, and I'm like, the gnat isn't gonna really hurt your plant. It's okay. You can like remedy it pretty easily, actually. But I would just say chill. Like, just breathe. It's okay. We're not perfect. Our plants aren't going to be perfect.
As we go through the series, we're going to talk about, various plant topics such as watering, soil composition, humidity control. We'll also see a couple of her plants around her place. So if you guys like the episode, like, subscribe. If you like the channel, support, look at the merch. Right. Until next time, happy planting.